Yeah, the new episode is pretty bad. On Friday, I went to the cinemas to watch the JJK Cullen Games movie, which showed the first two episodes of season 3. And oh my goodness, the art and animation were absolutely fantastic. And then Saturday, we have My Hero Academia, the final season, episode 7. Yeah, it didn't have too many action scenes, but the artwork and subtle character motions were absolutely top notch. And then coming to watch One Punch Man Season 3 Episode 6 feels like an absolute downgrade. I already talked about the episode briefly, but to make a long story short, I didn't like the episode. Yes, there were some funny scenes here and there, and the voice acting and music were pretty good in my opinion, but sadly, the episode was completely ruined by bad animation, bad art, bad editing, and bad pacing. But it does seem like the episode is a much bigger disaster than I could have ever possibly imagined. I am an anime only, so I didn't know what the manga panels looked like, but a lot of people have shared what the manga looked like to the anime, and oh my goodness, it is so bad. When watching the anime, I thought Genos' design was okay, but wow, when you compare it to the manga, it is night and day. There is so much character in that new armor. The perspective is better, the design is better. No hate to Saturday morning cartoons, but looking at this shot of Genos, I am getting a Saturday morning cartoon vibe from it. This commenter says, look what they did to my boy Genos. Is JC Staff even justifiable? It's not even bad schedule at this point. They are really doing something shady behind the work. Yeah, the Genos design really does look incredibly flat compared to the manga. Some fans were also very mad that they cut out all of Zombie Man's smoking scenes. So they have fan service characters, but they can't have a character smoke a cigarette. Priorities, priorities, priorities. I suppose animating the cigarette would require them to actually animate it, and JC Staff were like, nah, let's cut that out. But it really changes the whole vibe of Zombie Man. Zombie Man is this cool, calm, collective dude, but when you see him in the anime, he looks like a robot. His character is lost when you take away his cigarette. So many fans were raging online when it came to this Fubuki shot being cut out. She looks like a fairy walking up those stairs, and instead of the fairy looking scene, they had a 20-second shot of a building slowly panning up. Such an unbelievably boring shot. At least cut to other different background designs. Instead of holding on this same shot, it made the whole flow so slow. This commenter says, no, there was no Fubuki princess walking scene. That was my most anticipated moment of the episode, man. But the makers would actually have to put in some work and effort to make that scene look absolutely dazzling. It's surprising because Fubuki did have a lot of nice subtle character moments in the episode, so why not add this scene? And then you have this shot. I mean, come on. How does the manga have more frames than the anime? The mangaka even added in some motion blur. What? That's crazy, dude. And don't get me started on the disco lights in this episode. I feel like the disco lights don't really do anything to enhance the scene. Every time it comes on, I just feel very weird about it. The color design is giving me Windows Paint. Very strange color choices that don't actually match and blend well together. A lot of the trailer scenes were completely butchered in the anime. It's like the anime is purposely trying to remove any and all trace of the trailer and make this their own. Which is odd, they put in a lot of work to make this trailer, why not put it in the anime? You have this shot of this mysterious monster, I don't know who this monster is. Wow dude, this commenter says his introduction is just not it, man. One of the coolest monster designs in One Punch Man. One Punch Man fans are drowning, man. And then you have this shot that a lot of fans were absolutely gutted that they butchered, removing what appears to be some sort of ninja dude. Apart from Tatsumaki, everyone in this shot is drawn so badly, dude. It's such a bad shot. especially the ending scene. There was a lot of shots in that ending sequence that were rough, dude. Oh my goodness, were they rough. Even within the episode, when you compare a lot of the stills to the manga, oh boy, the anime looks so weird in comparison to the manga. This episode honestly feels like it was made by a completely different studio at times, which makes sense. The episode was outsourced to Chinese studios, but gosh, dude, like everyone looked so weird in this episode. Apart from some shots of Tatsumaki and Fubuki, everybody looked so off-model. It honestly grossed me out at times. The first watch through, I was like, yeah, it looks bad, but on the second watch through, yikes, this is hideous, dude. But the bad art and animation aren't the only hideous things about this episode. One Punch Man Season 3 Episode 6 Multi Heroes currently has a rating of 3.6 out of 10. Oh my goodness, this episode has infuriated so much of the fandom that even the defenders can't defend this episode. The rating is so bad that this episode has officially broken a new record. This is the top worst rated episode in all of the One Punch Man anime. This episode is currently at the bottom of the pile. It is the lowest of the low, and as you can see here in these comments on both IMDb and on X, YouTube and TikTok, so many fans were absolutely disappointed with this episode. Some hating on the staff, hating on Bandai Namco, hating on JC Staff, the director, hoping that a better studio like Studio Mappa or Madhouse can go ahead and remake all of Season 3. What do I think about all of this? Mate, I completely understand the hate, frustration and disappointment towards this episode. But I don't even know what episode is the worst in my opinion. I think every episode is equally as bad as the other. Last week I did say episode 5 was the worst episode, but man, looking at the way this episode looked, the character designs and the weird color choices made this a very sickly watch, and a lot of fans agree as well. I don't think I have ever witnessed a bigger fall from grace than One Punch Man the anime, an anime where its first season was even praised by Bill Burr. Whether you like the dude or dislike him, having a celebrity acknowledge an anime season like One Punch Man Season 1, even talking about it, just shows how loved Season 1 was. It was this absolute colossal masterpiece. But honestly, Season 2 does not look that bad in comparison to Season 3. I never thought I would say that. I'm just baffled by all of this, and honestly, even though we are blaming Bandai Namco for absolutely destroying the reputation of One Punch Man Season 3, I think maybe JC Staff are also to blame as well. The higher-ups more or less approved this season. I know that these anime studios need to survive in the industry, but they could have said no. I don't blame the director for leaving social media after episode 2 because oh my goodness, I can't even imagine the amount of hate the director would have received. Oh boy, it's really sad, you know, it's very depressing and it's unbelievably disappointing. But despite all of that, I will still continue watching One Punch Man Season 3. I will finish what I started and continue this journey of Season 3 and see whether or not Season 3 improves or absolutely goes down the toilet. Who knows, we just got to wait and see. Tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of this episode and the fans' reactions, because wow, I agree with nearly every hate comment. What do you think of it? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more One Punch Man videos as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings and more. Thank you for watching. The Second Boy Dude signing out.